Hey everyone, this is Joey Yap, and this is another session on Forge in Fire. And this is where I invite some of my friends, my buddies who are thought leaders in their field to share some of their views, their insights, their life, and how they work from home and manage the current situation. And more importantly, to share with us some very interesting inspiration on how we can cope with our lives and move forward. So if you guys are watching right now on Facebook, on YouTube, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and post a comment on the comment section here. I'll be bringing up my friend today. He is none other than Malaysia's king of comedy and one of my favorite comedians, scriptwriter, actor, singer, the very talented Mr. Douglas Lim. I'm going to bring him up right now. Hey Douglas, how are you?
Wow, you bring me up so fast, I dizzy now. Oh my god.
How are you, man?
So far, so good, Joey. I guess it's the first a new experience for I think all of us. I don't think anyone has gone through this before.
No, man. So what have you been doing, man? But you've been working from home ever since, right? What's the difference?
Yeah, I have, but I usually kind of go out and do shows, and I go to where people are and do shows. So I'm used to having people there, and I tell my jokes, and then they laugh, and I go like, yeah, correct, because I'm very funny, and I tell the next joke. Now that's completely gone, and I don't think there'll be any other like live shows, like live, in physically live shows until the end of the year.
People have been asking you to do online webinar shows, right? You're telling me a couple of days ago. So how is that coming along? Is that even possible?
I don't know. I think some of us have done it. Some of the more cutting edge, advanced comedians have done it. I think Jason has tried it. I think Rizal and Gazel has tried it. So I got to check in with them and see how that went. But what I have done, which is similar one, was I actually recorded a session, and that was played on a platform. And so it wasn't live, but it was still me performing to a camera and then showing it later.
But I think that this is the new norm really, for some time at least, right? So as long as you can connect, I think comedy can still be done even online, right? You can still watch comedy online.
Yes, I know you can. Again, but different genres of comedy. So I mean, if you're talking about, let's say, sketch comedy, or we're talking about physical comedy, you're talking about set piece comedy, or you're talking about prank style comedy. That one you can do with no audience, one. You do on your own, lah. You do with a partner, with your gang. Later you show it can be quite funny. Stand up, on the other hand, you kind of need that. But that being said, I mean, we're watching a lot of the very highly produced American talk shows, Daily Show, Last Week Tonight, the Seth Meyers Show, so all those shows are now being done.
They do it at home, right?
Yeah, Stephen Colbert, they're doing it from their house, and it's not same style. But two things are missing, Lord. Number one, no audience. Number two, no band.
Right, but still quite okay, right?
At first, when I watched it, it was a bit weird, because it's always weird to have a comedian throw a joke,
right,
and have no response,
right,
have no ambient response. I think that's the main thing. Although after a while, I started laughing by myself. Really, watching them, I was like, oh, brilliant joke, fantastic joke. And I'll be laughing by myself. And I think people are doing that.
DJ Halim, I'm like waiting for the next one to come out all the time. Like, this guy is also a good player. That was really good. How the hell do you do it? Is that like keep it real and all that? You just do the voice for those characters.
Oh yeah. I mean, it all started as Keep It Real started, I think, about 2.5-3 years ago.
Right.
So the character of Keep It Real, I'll tell you the origin story, and I really should ask permission from Lisa to tell me this story.
Right.
So when I first started, I started on Instagram and Facebook and all things very late, as you know, Joey. I started very late. I started maybe like 3 years ago, only 2 years ago, my Instagram properly. And so I was, going through some photos, and some of my friends were on it, like Lisa Suryani, who's on it, and there was one picture, I think it was of her at a beach somewhere, and the comments were just quite harsh lah. They were telling her like, hey, apa peha Kentucky, they call her peha Kentucky, like chicken thighs, like you got right. And it was like, tak payah tayang per Kentucky. Like telling her, you go on the beach, she's with family. Someone put a picture up and all these people started commenting, tak payah. So it was always this tak payah, tak payah buat ni. So I took that character and I made Keep It Real. So Keep It Real is basically this guy who just goes on Instagram or goes on everywhere and whatever you do, he's going to say tak payah. So like for example, this Keep It Real will come on and go like, tak payah nak buat feng shui dekat online, tak payah tunjuk boleh forge in fire, that's all Keep It Real does. He just comes on and goes, tak payah nak buat lawak.
I think like even the songs like that this one, you see this Melvin is posting some this Sharikat. This is amazing, right?
Yeah, Sharikat Lo, yeah, because I had to find words that people would get confused. Initially, the whole Sharikat Lo song, it was supposed to be just one. My other character was calling in asking for a Indian song or a Hindi song, and he was asking for Appam Balaji.
What was that, right?
Appam Balaji, because that song Lo, it starts off sounds like Sharikat and Appam Balaji boots with the so it's Appam Balaji lah. Balaji's Appam. But then when I listened to it over and over again, actually no lah, I was making that up. It was apple bottom jeans. But then later when he said Sharikat Lo, that one sounded like Sharikat Lo. So.
Interesting, man. This is really, really good. I think it's a lot of fans. I'm sure you look at your views, and we actually have that video forwarding to all our friends as well, and everyone's laughing.
Oh, wow.
Good luck. And forward to people.
No, sometimes my mom will get it. My mom will be like, "What is this?" Like, they don't really understand. But okay lah. As long as I think if you share it, well, I'm fine. As long as he gets a laugh and people de-stress for a short while, I think I'm quite happy about that.
Right. So and now you told me that you work alone, right? You don't have a team of writers and stuff like this for you.
Well, it depends on the project. I mean, like some of the bigger projects, then I will need a team of writers. So like when we did Kopitiam last year, so that one Jen Han, Chiho, and Jason were together with me in the writing team. So was Min, and then Chira eventually joined, and then Naa and Cam. So it became it was a team of writers for a bigger project. For small 4-minute, 5-minute videos, 3-minute videos, usually Joey, I don't talk for 7 hours, so maybe I don't need a team that big lah.
Oh, because my cousin asked this question, like, do you actually remember this? You have to remember a script when you go for how you do your shows, because that even when I watch many of your shows, for many years already. Now, what amazes me is you can stand on stage and you do your show. You seem to remember all the jokes. Right?
Yeah. So so it's about 40 minutes. I think the longest I've done maybe was 1 hour, 1 hour 5, 1 hour 10. But so here's a little thing I can show you. Let me see. So the last one I did was in what they call it, HGH, right? That was for it was MSCC, the 10th anniversary, our final show. So that's a script. I don't know if you can.
But do you remember your script? Isn't here. Do you remember it? Do you memorize your script?
You have to memorize the whole thing.
Wow.
So if it's almost word for word, as you can see here, and then it just goes on. So that's with
so many pages. That's amazing.
This one was 83 points. So 83 points. So there, and then this was awkward. This is the one from Melbourne the year before. This is Reset. This was the 9th show that we did. So it's all here. There's no secret really. It's just write and memorize and deliver.
Douglas, I think there's something wrong with your mic because it's a bit breaking right now.
You need to check this one too.
Yeah.
Is it better now? Sorry.
Yeah, it's bugging.
I think it wasn't a mic lah. It was definitely. Was it mic or was it?
Looks like it. Sound got wrong. Okay. Is it? Yeah.
Aduh.
Something is not an automatic.
1, 2, 3. Is it still?
Yeah, it's creating that transformer sound right now. The sound is really bad.
Let me check.
You wanna try and turn on and off? Yeah, yeah. Try it again. No, I can't hear you. It's off. You might need to log on and off again. Yeah, you can connect again. All you do is log on and off with the same link. You'll be back up. Try that again. Can't hear you. Not bad. I think you need to log off and log in again. Okay. All right. Looks like I have entertained you for now. Let's see. All right. Cocky is a hacking way. Yeah, it's true, man. Could be keep it real coming in. Right. That was Douglas, and he's trying to log on again. I think he needs to invest in a better microphone now. So if you guys have questions for Douglas, go ahead and post it here. And let's see, this is interesting to reprise his role as Jolly Yap. Yeah, for those of you who have seen our Chinese New Year advertisement for Matrix, and yeah, there it is. Let's see.
1, 2.
Are you all right now?
Better? I don't know.
Oh yes, you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Excellent.
You got a lot of fans,
I'm surprised.
Man.
No, the thing is, Keep It Real was done specifically for a very specific audience. It was for the Malay-centric audience. I'm surprised all these China fellas all know who Keep It Real is.
Yeah. This is like, actually, the character is really funny, right?
Yeah,
every time we got only 4 episodes, right? 4 or 5 really.
Adu FM I got 4. Yeah, I think I'm running out of jokes already for Adu FM, unless Keep It Real does something else or I find another angle. But Keep It Real appears in other bits. He does his own karaoke. He reviews a movie. You
even remember his characters or not?
I know my characters. I mean, like, okay, so the most famous one that has come forward is Keep It Real, obviously. The second most popular one, I think, is Miss Lipatan. Do you know Miss Lipatan?
Yeah. I remember one that looked like a maid lah. That one.
No, that's Ultimate. That's Ultimate. That's the rapper Ultimate. Lipatan is the one that does origami.
Oh, okay.
The bola, that one. So Lipatan has gotten some traction. Then I've got the guy who sings, who used to sing all the Tao Fu Fa, Tao Chong, so that fellow, that's Mr. Thundercat. Yeah.
Our time with Thundercats, right? The kids don't know what Thundercat is. Right?
Who is your favorite Thundercat?
Lionel lah.
Lionel, see. You leader me sound Lino. Oh, Pentro, man.
Pentro. The one is the one with the nunchucks lah.
Yeah.
Well, you got a question here. How do you get inspiration for your content?
Well, I think observation is very important. So you observe, basically, because if you're joking about something, some comedians are very clever. They got some concept in their head and they joke about concepts. And to get it right, when they get it right, it's amazing. It blows everyone's mind. But a lot of times it's very hard because it's not observable. You're not sure what he's talking about. Whereas if you take stuff that you can observe, things that are happening, what a minister said, what is happening in the world, how the mayors in Italy are handling it compared to how the president of the US is handling it. So you observe these things and and that is kind of the seed for the content. But in terms of the execution or the creation of it, and I'm sure Joey, you will agree with me, usually we cannot wait for inspiration one.
You have to write on.
Yeah, I have to write because inspiration is very unreliable. Yeah, I've tried before. I sit there, like, come inspire me lah. Inspire me. Nah, the fella don't come. Sure, die also won't come on. So you gotta just wait with a small seed. You just take it, and you just start poking. You poke from middle, center, left, right, up, down. And you see the different angles you can try and go. Like it's grinding, lah. You have to grind it out, lah.
I think that's why people don't understand. They think that all this while is only inspiration, but a lot of this is just work, lah. You just train yourself to do it, right? You have to do it. You do it. Right?
Yes. I mean, even Sia, the singer songwriter, the Chandelier one. She said she can bang out songs. She can bang out hooks like that because she just keeps doing it. She's not going to wait there for a song to come. She's going to go there, go on the piano. I'm going to play 4 chords, C, A minor, F, G, C, A minor, F, G. Just keep playing those 4 house chords until you get something, Just grinding.
No, but the thing is, you can memorize your script and all that. Yeah, you actually prepare. That's really something respect, man. Because when I do my talks on stage, I have a few pointers, and every talk is different, right? You asked me to do what exactly I did last week. I also cannot remember. Right?
Yeah, well, see, the difference is your talks last for 8 hours, so that's a big difference. All right, if you can memorize 8 hours, then I think maybe your brain got computer lah, right? But okay, no, hold on. I will actually say that I have seen you speak to people. I've heard you speak to me on a one-to-one basis or among friends, and I've seen those phrases that you use on stage as well. So you do have certain phrases that you have in your head. You know how this problem is broken down into 3 steps. These 3 steps, each one has 5, or this one has so you kind of already have that.
That's the SOP lah. Normally we just go through that. Every patient is the same lah. Yeah.
So you have your structure which you rely on, and it works for you. Whereas for me, I kind of need to make sure that I give the impression that I'm just coming up with stuff. That's the impression I give. So people can go like, wow, so clever, wow, so fluent, so spontaneous. Actually, no lah, all right.
That's really good. So how long do you take to come up with a script for your comedy shows?
I don't think you can. I don't think I can answer that in terms of a specific time frame. But when I sit down, so far it has taken me between minimum also 3 weeks. Minimum 3 weeks to about a month and a half to sit down and actually gather all the bits and pieces that I've gathered that I've had in my head throughout the year or through whenever. And then put it together to actively work on it.
3 weeks to make something lah. How about this? They said someone's asking you, do you think on your feet during your show?
I know you're always thinking. You're always thinking whether you perform what you thought is different. So
does it deviate from what you plan sometimes?
Yeah. So I very rarely deviate because I think my number one, my confidence level of what comes out spontaneously, I'm not confident that it is funnier than what I've planned. I always think that what I've planned is probably funnier because I went through it. I thought about it, and I wrote it in a way that I think is funniest. And so if I think of something suddenly on the spot or something happened, right?
But there are other comedians who do it like they do it like on the fly or something, right?
Yeah, they've got.
Kumar was doing like this, right? Kumar is.
No, but again, Kumar's one also is through practice. You must understand, Kumar does how many hundreds of shows, where he's interacting with the audience. So these are what they call crowd work comedians. So crowd work comedians are much better at this. I am not a crowd work comedian. I should learn. I should go and use that as part of my arsenal, part of my techniques, which I don't really do, particularly in the type of shows that I do, which are big shows. So big shows, crowd comedian only works if everyone else knows what the fella said and I'm reacting to him or her.
Oh, okay.
If he says something, 90% never hear, then I'm responding. The joke doesn't make sense.
All right. So you got a fan from Kopitiam.
I'll show you that.
That's good, right? So you just work on Kopitiam 2, right?
The reboot, the reboot on View Malaysia. That one came out, I think, late last year. Had a new cast. Well, it was Rashid, myself, and then there was Sharifah Amani, it was great. Then we had Harbin Skin, we had Melissa Campbell and Charles Roberts, and then we also had Mano and Jincho come back for one episode. Lina Teo came back for one episode. Joanna Bessie came back for one episode. So we had
a reunion show.
Kind of.
So that someone asking you, is timing the key? Do you practice it on someone before you perform on stage?
Timing is extremely important, especially like what is comedy timing. However, I cannot tell you what that timing is because it it is what they call the dynamic. It's like when sometimes people say, so is it the lion dance? Is it the lion follow the drum or the drum follow the lion?
I don't know.
It's like it depends on us. Sometimes the lion will follow the drum. Sometimes the drum follow the lion. So in comedy also, sometimes sometimes we follow the audience laughter and then try and catch the timing. Sometimes we dictate when they should laugh, when they should stop. So do I practice beforehand? If you're going to practice with one person in front, like you take your wife or you take your friend or you take somebody, stand there and you sit down, I'm going to practice, it's not going to work lah. Okay, you are not going to get, what you're going to get is maybe just a fluency in your set, but you will not know how effective it is. You want to practice, you need to go open mic, you need to go to the comedy clubs, and then but you cannot pawai and then do half hour lah. You can go do 5 minutes, 10 minutes lah. So an audience, you need an audience if you want to practice. If you want to practice, you have to go to open mics where you have at least 20, 50, actually 10 also can 10 people, 15 people, 20 people who are there to watch comedy, not there to judge. Okay, so you watch comedy, you go and perform your set, and then you can see that which jokes hit, which jokes maybe can work some more, or which jokes which you think, hey, I think I got a better way. So people who do those workshop comedians, people who do that, I've seen very successfully. Jason Leong does that. I think Jen Han has done that a few times. Chino also has done that. Riza and Gazer are very good at this. They do workshop shows. I tried it once.
Your mic is going autobots again, right?
Ayo. Okay, wait.
I think the cable is loose or something. Yeah, now it's alright.
Really? Now okay.
It's still buzzing.
Okay, wait.
Audio 1, 2, 3.
Now it's better.
Why was that audio processing? Okay.
I don't know, man. Now it's good.
I think it was going through a processor. That's why. Maybe it was going through a process. Oh, sorry, I got my DAW. Okay.
Right. Oh, good. Well, tell me. So, here's a funny question. Someone asked this. What if you just won a lottery for 10 million bucks? What would you do?
Don't tell anybody.
Don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Would you continue doing what you do?
Yeah, then I will first of all, I think I'll clear all my debts first lah. I think as counterintuitive as that sounds, I think I'm a bit more I'm old school that way. So I'm going to clear off all my debts. So that will leave me with a balance of I think about 7 ringgit. No lah. I think the question is, will I continue doing comedy? I think I will, because a lot of times I do it, I realize it's for myself. I kind of have to do it.
You enjoy it, right?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I enjoy myself. I enjoy myself doing it.
If you enjoy your work, it's not really that difficult to do our jobs, right?
Stress
if you don't
stress will
enjoy
be there one, or they will still be stressful one,
Yeah. Here's a question from Jimmy.
Jimmy Ong. Jim's Ong. How jolly new comedy is ultimate skill, and what is the factor make him preserve during his infant stage? Wow. Okay.
It's like a new character. I think every Chinese New Year will look for you already.
Okay, so
by the way, guys, Jolly Yup is a creation by Douglas. It's like this is genius creation.
Not mine. Okay, see, credit is where credit due. This one, I think it was Lester's one. Lester's idea. Lester said and I think the character was also highly dependent on whether you were going to be on a project. If you were going to be on the project, then we will play a character of your name. So Joey Up means Jolly Up. So if you weren't on the project, maybe someone else's name lah.
We had other names with coconuts around, but that came out.
Maybe lah. So how did I persevere? I would say I had a very, very lucky start, because I started in Kopitiam when I was 18 years old. So you ask people, right, when they do television, your first show very rarely will hit one. Whereas my first show did. Very unlikely scenario to do your first TV show successful, and you're the youngest person there. and it gets attention, and it goes on for 6-7 years, and so that was a very a really great start for me. However, how to continue after that, and also how to transition from there to MC work to stand-up comedy. So when I started transitioning into stand-up comedy, I think I had about 2 years of really bad 2 years of bad shows.
But how do you get through that? It's not easy for people to pull through, you know.
I wouldn't know lah. That's why I think maybe because I really enjoy doing it, lor. It's like no matter if it was just purely results driven. Again, Joey, it's a mixture of factors.
Yeah.
If I sucked for, and if like bulat like everyone I meet said I sucked for 2 years, maybe I'll give up lah. Because I have done it. I have given up on stuff. I've given up on many ventures or pursuits because I just wasn't that good. Okay, and I realized not going anywhere. That's better change. But comedy was. I remember the first years there'll be times after a bad show. There was one time I took a bus went to Singapore, performed a show. It was so bad that the MC had to literally rescue me. The MC had to
really? Where was that, right? Well, your first couple of years in your career.
7 years, 6 years, 7 years ago, maybe.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought
6, 7 years ago.
you've been doing this for a long time, 6, 7 years.
Hey, I still get bad shows. I mean, my last bad show was last year.
Wait, your mic is becoming Autobots again, man.
What the hell?
No. You need it's buzzing. All right, cool. Let's try it again.
Wait.
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when it happens, you just let me know lah. Then I'll just keep doing this.
Yeah. All right. So you're saying 6, 7 years ago in Singapore, they had to rescue
Yeah,
you.
no. 6 years in Singapore, I did this one show, and I went down there, and it was such a bad show. And then after that, like, and you know, in comedy, you know it's a bad show because the feedback is right there in your face.
Shit, that's not good, man.
And then after that, I had to take the bus back. So it was like a 7-hour bus ride back to KL. Wow, yo, cannot sleep. You
But what
wanna...
made it bad? Is it you didn't prepare, or you just got the wrong crowd, or something?
Yeah, it was just wrong crowd and wrong event. Actually, I shouldn't have accepted it because it was a networking event at a club. So I was on a club, and the club basically it's a club lah. So there's no real stage, and so the lighting was at the island bar area. So can you imagine? Stage no light, audience got light.
No good. Yeah.
Goya lah. Really went there and stuff.
I sort of understand how that little bit that feels, because I had a talk before for, I think it was one of those beer companies lah, and I tell you, I would never accept another job like that because everyone is half drunk by the time I was on stage, and it was not a good experience. And it's so difficult to talk to them. They're just shouting, and they're not a friendly crowd. After a few drinks, they got friendly at first, but then rowdy after that.
Yeah, and basically you are viewed as a nuisance, and that's what you don't want to do. Both you and myself, as public speakers or as entertainers, the last thing we want to be is a nuisance. That means you don't want us there. Then suddenly we go on and like, hey, listen to me.
Yeah.
It's very annoying.
Very annoying, and you don't want to be there. So I stopped at 20 minutes. My talk's supposed to be an hour, but I just had to get down, man. I just cannot stand it.
Oh yeah, you couldn't, huh? Yeah. I've done that before. And again, sometimes it's not even the fault of the audience.
Right.
It's sometimes you do a show, like for me, I will say for my half an hour, please don't bring the food out.
Yeah, that is
So you
also
hold the food because you do jokes, Joey. The prawn come out, if the prawn come out, show over, okay?
Why does the prawn, man?
Because the prawn is very delicious, number one, and number two, the prawn requires focus to eat. No, so people watching you, like watching, the table is here. The prawn come, sorry, prawn,
Prawn.
Prawn come out. I also want to stop, man. Prawn, if tofu come out, okay lah.
So it's the prawn. That's the first time I'm hearing this, man.
Prawn don't play. But whatever lah. So it's like I've been doing a show, it's going well, and then alamak. A dish comes out, and then
so I also have it's sort of like in my contract when I talk to them, I actually said I'm not going to speak in that 45 minutes when they serve food lah. So they have to either before or after. That's what I normally talk to them.
I do that also. Yeah, but again lah, that is the rider, and then some. No, I cannot before that one. I said let them. I said when I perform, please do not serve any food. And some organizers think that we are being demanding or that we are being
Yeah.
like
Diva lah.
demanding for the sake of demanding, and like something like, oh, so you want my audience, you want my people, my staff to starve to death, is it? I'm like, if the option is between starvation and laughter, let them eat lah. I mean, like, if there is that bad,
It's true, right?
if it's that bad, just give them.
It's difficult to talk as a speaker on stage when someone is just eating and they're clinging, their stuff and drinking, and it's just impossible.
It's
The people don't understand it.
Yeah, but again, no, I mean, and we kind of need we need your help, and they need to know that we also are comfortable as well. I mean, these are the conditions that make it optimum, and I think you and me, we've done it, for X amount of years. We know what the condition, what conditions are optimum. But if people don't listen, I can't do anything.
My content, I have to make sure they concentrate, can understand, man. It's difficult. Right. Okay, tell me, would you consider teaching comedy to people? Because I think people would like to learn. They get inspired by you, and what do you think?
We've had this chat before, so I'm usually a bit hesitant to teach comedy because I feel that I don't have orthodox knowledge. In other words, I did not go and learn comedy with a syllabus and a curriculum.
Comedy, who else learn from? If not you.
King don't teach people to become king. But I am all for you learning. So if you want to watch my videos and learn as much as you can, or when the time comes, if the situations permit it, if you want to just tag along or hang with me after a show to learn on your own, that means I'm not responsible for what you learn. You learn. That's fine.
Why don't you think you can teach this?
I don't want to teach wrong.
Huh? You teach what you know, ma.
Yeah lah. So, but then if I don't know, if you're expecting it to work for you as it worked for me, I cannot guarantee you. See? Yeah.
I think we can. You go to school, so they won't guarantee you.
So but it's just a mind frame. But I think as you explain it to me, it's something I gotta really get my head around, and maybe start to think about this as a possible venture lah. If people want.
Is it as someone asked you to
Academy? And who's the teacher? Myself only. Just one teacher academy. Come.
It's okay, I also got academy. Only I teach, right?
Only you, nobody else. Okay.
Now I got teacher, but it started with me, ma.
Okay. You're not shy call yourself academy, huh?
No lah. I want to call university, so cannot.
like feng shui tuition with Joey.
Academy start like you can call it a school first lah. Kindergarten nobody come
Yeah, I think I'll be like joking session, like a joking session with Douglas Lim.
Is it the thing is? I think a common question is people ask like Elaine Chua is asking, do you need to have talent and all that? What do you think? Do you need talent to teach this, or to learn this, or do you think passion is more important?
I would think passion and interest is more important. Talent. Some people have the intrinsic talent, so they have the instinct, the gut instinct of what is funny, of when to say it, how long to hold before saying. So some people are much better at that. Some people have got very welcoming demeanor. So when they talk to you, it's easy to get through. People want to listen to them. Some people have a very alpha persona. So they speak with the authority and people listen to them. But some are very good at playing the underdog, like the small flirt, but so they are the ones that will go there, listen 3-4 lines, choke one time, everybody laugh, that. So that is usually that is talent, and some people are very good at that, instinctively very good. But I think passion and interest.
But you can teach them to bring out that talent that develop from unconscious competence to conscious competence, right? In some ways.
I don't know. I think I've not focused so much on that. I focus more on the techniques of joke. So joke structure and stand up routine. Formulas. So I can probably teach you that maybe. But
Ah,
how to develop talent, not sure.
you can do it from your home now. You can open an academy or just an online class or something.
Yeah,
It's
lah.
not that
Actually,
you can teach from, but you need to get better mic, I think.
this mic is actually damn good. I just don't know why it's doing this. It's got this Autobot voice. Is it doing it again?
No, it's not. It's not. Now it's
Okay.
okay. Lah. All right.
Okay.
Someone is Liang Hua, Mary Chin is asking, do you need to have certain personality to do comedy? She thinks it's not for everybody.
Yes. I think if you're definitely a person who is generally more you are a bit of a downer. So if you you know,
Person better not do comedy.
yeah, if you are a sad person, then maybe not lah. Although there are some stand-up comedians that very deadpan and very sad, but it's funny, is it? But I guess maybe they know at the back of the head is that yes, I'm very sad, but because you look at me, you so kasian, you look at me, it's damn funny. So maybe they know that. Some people I feel like my dad definitely cannot be a comedian because he ex-military, so their reality is heightened one. They don't have time for jokes one. They are serious to the point where can we not entertain thoughts and waste time with stupidity because we have to get things done. Now okay lah, better, but maybe but I think some people are like that. Like I think if you're like if you've got very very decision oriented person, maybe because comedy
difficult.
You gotta be playful lah. I feel comedy you gotta be playful and you gotta think.
So you can do most people except for those people who have military background, for example.
Well, yeah, if you're military background, I hope you don't joke around lah. I generally, I think you should be a bit serious lah. Don't simply joke lah.
Police also better in that category. But hey, so many comedians. I mean, the famous Robin Williams, all that have depression, all that. Why do you think they have this issue? If they can make so much fun for jokes for other people.
Wow, heavy topic, Okay. Okay, I would say the comedians that border on genius have a higher chance, I think, of suffering depression. In my opinion, I don't know. I haven't done the math, I haven't done the research or the survey. But it just feels that the more you are critical of yourself, the more you see, because again, what comedians do is we are almost like anti-marketers one, no? Marketing people, advertising people, from no product, they build. Beautiful product, you need this product, it is wonderful, it is fantastic. Comedians do the opposite. We take everything and we strip, come down, it's actually bullshit. It's useless, it doesn't mean anything. That's why we laugh. That's why after we look at things and we poke fun, it's basically stripping it down and going, you see how ridiculous this is, and we laugh. You do that often enough, everything becomes.
So you dissect a lot of things, lah.
Yeah, and so everything becomes nonsense. It becomes bullshit. Yeah, my mic again.
That's my mic, right?
Wait. Don't worry. Now I know what to do. 1, 2, 3. Now.
Yes, it's good again.
I just keep switching only. Don't worry.
Yeah. Right. So they're saying
this is a politician mic. Always switch.
So you're saying some in comedy you have to strip things down to its core, and sometimes that sort of dissecting intelligence makes you see things in a not so pleasant way. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think if you've got a playful attitude, you strip it down, and yes, it's actually very brutal when you strip it down to its bare naked honesty. It's brutal.
Right.
Like at the end of the day, we all die lah. We all gonna die, we're gonna die. Yeah, that's what's the point of living, is to die. It's quite bad. And so, but if you got that playful streak, then yes, maybe you can handle it a bit like, die lor, die lor. As long as you die in style, like that sort of like playful streak. But then when you do it often enough, and some people maybe who are after a while, you go like, hey, yeah lah, everything actually quite meaningless. And then you start.
Yeah, yeah. In my younger days, I like to listen to this guy. What's his name really? He's very cynical and I just
Carlin,
can't remember his name. Yeah, George Carlin.
Josh
George
Carlin.
Carlin.
Uh,
George Carlin. I saw him done his stand-up comedy live once in Vegas.
wow.
He's like, yeah, I because I was teaching a class there, and then some of the students say, "Hey, George Carlin is performing," and so I said, "Who is this?" So I went to see. He's actually really good, and he's really cynical about everything, but it's really really funny the way he say it, and it's just like what you described. He's able to break down a lot of things into like in the simple form. It's all bullshit lah, basically.
Yeah.
And
In
it's actually
general, yeah. In general, most comedians. I mean, I don't know if that is the formula or that is the purpose, but it seems to be that a lot of jokes are about that. It's about actually what is going on, and we say, look, he or she did this. Wouldn't it be stupid if this happened? Wouldn't it? Oh, if that's the case, then if I take this and I put it into another situation, look, isn't that stupid and ridiculous? So it's all about looking at the
Right. The
naked reality.
to do that, man. So there's a request for you to do monkey dance.
What is this? Can you sing monkey dance, please? Yes, I can. I don't know the full lyrics, by the way.
Your microphone is there. Your microphone. Yeah.
Check this one too.
Yeah, you're back.
They say, "Oh my God, I see the way you shine." Take my hand, my knee, and place them both in mine. Take my hand, blood. Take your hand. Take somebody's hand lah. Place them both in mine. Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Yeah, there. Do it all again.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
All right. Last question for everyone. What do you think the future for comedy in Malaysia is like?
I think the future for comedy, I'm very excited, The future in comedy for Malaysia, I think Malaysian comedians, after what's happened now, I think we definitely will be able to travel internationally. I mean, once we are allowed to travel lah. When I mean travel internationally means that our jokes we can bring our comedy to out of Malaysia already. Why? Because prior to this, we saw Vietnamese comedians doing well in USA because Vietnam, they had a very strong culture. USA knew about it due to the Vietnam War, number one. Number two, there were a lot of Vietnamese people in USA doing manicure, pedicure. So the Vietnamese culture. No, hey, this is not a joke, right? So Vietnamese culture strong in the US. The Philippines also, the Filipino culture also strong in the US due to the domestic workers. And then so you had Chinese culture slowly seeping in. When we saw comedians like Joe Wang doing comedy there. So and then so they, and I was always concerned because I felt the Malaysian culture, or in my case, the Chinese Malaysian culture, was not strong enough a brand globally.
Right.
So when we go over and then try and bring our brand of comedy, Americans, Australians, Indians, English people will be like, what is this? What do we know about Malaysia? Twin Tower, no? Like what else? Twin Tower, pretty much. Your plane went missing. Twin Tower, your plane missing. Okay, so that's pretty much it. But now, the entire world has an anchor in history, and that is this pandemic.
Right.
So now, I think after this, any Malaysian comedian, any comedian anywhere in the world, come to Malaysia, if he starts with, you know what my country did during the COVID-19 pandemic, all of us will be like, tell us, we know exactly what you're talking about. You don't have to explain much. Just tell us what happened in your country and we can relate straight away already. And I think the same goes for us. We can go out and we can go like, while your fellas were doing this, you know what we were doing? And then you can, so there's always, I think there is something that we can already grab people straight away to relate, because basically it's saying like, yes, you may be Canada, you may be 24 hours flight away, but we went through the same thing, bro.
So I'm saying our politicians giving a lot of free content.
I don't think they're being too nice, but I
Did they
think
give, did they give you any problems? Sometimes.
we're too small, too small. We're too
Don't
small. We're
care.
not activists. We are not activists. We are not. We are not. We preach to the choir. You know what I say? Like basically, people who listen to us already have something in their head, and they already
Yeah.
have a leaning. No one is going to listen to a comedian and then change their mind about stuff. I don't think so, lah.
Right, that's true. That's true. Well, thank you for this time with us. I think everyone here has
I made
enjoyed. You need a new mic, man. But yeah,
This
thanks
mic is
so
damn
much.
good,
And,
This is DJ Halim's mic,
must be keep it real coming in, man. Okay, man. Thank you so much for your
Apa?
time, and appreciate it. And all the best in your endeavors. And we'll catch up again after the MCO. Thank you.
Definitely, man. All the best to you.
Thank you. Thank you.